Podcast City Network.
Listener discretion is advised.
It's time to play.
You're listening to The Everett Lee Show. Let's go! A shot of entertainment to the head.
No doubt.
Sit back, relax, put your drinks up, and enjoy the entertainment.
Okay.
Now we come to the payoff.
Let's rock.
Welcome everyone to the Everett Lee Show podcast. I am the Everett Lee. Quick shout out to everyone who follows me on Twitter. Call me out the Facebook.com/Everett Lee. Click that thumbs up, and of course, Podcast City Network, official host of the Everett Lee Show. Well, hope everyone's having a good, exciting night tonight. And thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening to this podcast. I do get some great news. Everett Lee Show is now officially op Libsyn. That's right, the audio portion podcast that I do and upload each week on Libsyn. I'm done with it. I am now officially on Podbeam. So you could check out the previous episodes that I've done of the Everett Lee Show on Podbeam. I'm trying to get caught up this week or sometime next week, just whenever. A lot's going on, and I will get those episodes up and updated and ready to go on Podbeam. But you can check out Everett Lee Show on Podbeam, and you can check out my guest tonight. Tonight, he's been on ELS Uncut. He's been on the Deleted Wrestling podcast. I finally got him to myself tonight. A one-on-one with wrestling manager Damien Saint. How you doing, Damien?
Oh, God, is this really happening? Am I on the phone? Can you hear me? Can hundreds and thousands of people hear me?
They can.
Well, they're all adopted. What's going on, buddy?
Yeah, not much, man. Just a crazy last couple hours. I was talking with you about with some family stuff going on, and things are looking up, and I'm relieved right now. I am. I'm definitely.
You should be.
Yeah, I should. I mean, it was a scary situation with what happened with my mom. I mean, with her having a mini stroke, and she's fine now, and they're keeping an eye on her. And my wife was up there. She took off like a bat out of hell before I even had anything to say or do. But
yeah,
she'll be back home here shortly. Got my had to watch my daughter. I mean, I couldn't leave her by herself because come back to the house to be on fire. She'd be roasting marshmallows.
I mean, roasted marshmallows are delicious.
Yeah. Roasted marshmallows are delicious, but that'd be something right there to mention to her when she gets older, when she gets married, embarrassed her in front of her fiance, boyfriend. So yeah, Dad, tell you a time Callie burned her house down and was roasting marshmallows when she was 2. Kind of be like Marty McFly setting the carpet on fire of Back to the Future.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Thank God I have no carpet except in the bedrooms.
Well, see, you do have carpet somewhere.
Yeah,
It's on fire.
I do. But thank God she don't know how to work a lighter, so.
So see, the house can't burn down. So what are you worried about? You can leave a 2-year-old alone.
Yeah, that's a little bit risky. I mean, there's a lot. She may end up learning how to operate a pair of clippers and shaving the dog's ass or something.
I mean, it might need a good shave. You don't know.
Nah, I mean, yeah, it could be. It could be. Different hairstyle and stuff for him. But yeah, man, it's been a while since I talked to you, man. What what's been going on? I've been seeing stuff on Facebook. I go to your Facebook page, and you got this stuff up about, I forgot what it was on there on Facebook, but I'm trying to look up for some wrestling stuff, and what's this new thing you're using to put like messages, or what is that app, or what is it?
Oh, are you talking about the anonymous bullshit?
Yeah. What the hell is that?
It's for anyone out there who does not know what the fuck we're talking about. Can I swear?
Yeah. Uncensored, man. Yeah, go ahead.
Good, because I'm not doing it anyway.
I figured you would.
But for anyone who has no idea what the hell the anonymous thing is on Facebook, it's some app that you can go on and you can message someone else who's using it anonymously. You can say whatever you want. You can ask them a question. They will not see who you are unless you choose to be shown.
Mm-hmm.
So some people are out there, asking people, especially in the wrestling business, all these questions of who's their favorite opponent, what promotions do they still want to work for, blah, blah, blah. And then every once in a while you get a troll who just wants the hair up the ass and wants to try and start problems.
That's crazy, man. That's freaking crazy. I'm going through looking at it, and I see anonymous ask, and I'm like, what the hell is this, man?
Yeah, it's stupid, but when you have time to kill,
yeah,
it takes up time.
It's funny. I was looking at some of the stuff on there. I was looking at some of the things that was on there, and I'm just sitting there just laughing. David, our good friend David Russell just jumped in the chat here, Damien. He says, well, look who it is. Hello, Everett Lee and guest Damien Saint. Let the chaos begin. He went, shit, LOL, and a smiley face.
Jesus Christ, that man can never let us be by ourselves, can't he? So jealous.
Well, at least basically he's not on the phone with us. He's not with us tonight. I mean, he's in the chat.
Yeah, true. Very true.
Yeah.
Love you, Dave.
We love you, man. We love you. But one-on-one tonight, man. He was hitting me up. He was blowing my phone up yesterday. I was in the middle of doing stuff, and he was blowing up my phone and stuff and everything. But I just couldn't. I had a lot going on. I couldn't talk to you, David. Sorry. I was planning for tonight to talk to Damien. So
yeah, David, I'm more fucking important.
Oh, I definitely got to play this if since you brought that up right there. This is for David here because he's probably like, what? There's nothing wrong with me.
I mean, there's a lot of things wrong with him, but I mean, that's really besides the point.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, we love you, David. We definitely do, and he gives us thumbs up. He gives us thumbs up, man. So what's have you been doing lately in wrestling, man? What's been going on? What events and what teams you've been managing as of late? Anything happen over the last weekend or last month?
Oh, Jesus Christ, man, dude! I gotta say, I've been very blessed. I've been busy almost every weekend with wrestling shows.
Nice.
It's been phenomenal. I have my monthly Hoosier Pro Wrestling down in Columbus, Indiana, where I have the Agents of Chaos, Fireball, and Tank.
Mm-hmm.
So that's always first Saturday of the month, and honestly, that's become one of my most favorite shows. I mean, I love every show I do, but just the fans there are phenomenal. Sells out every time. But imagine this old country town, and a lot of the fans have been going there for 10, 20 years. And half the fans are probably maybe older, but they still go and they still have that passion. So imagine when you are able to piss off these fans so much to where you have 70-year-old people giving you the finger and screaming and cussing at you. It's the greatest thing ever.
That's great. That's great. Kind of like, let me throw this reference in there. Kind of like a CM Punk reference when he did Straight Edge. Remember that? You were hearing the story. Did you ever watch the CM Punk documentary? He was talking about when he was doing the Straight Edge thing and how people just
I did.
And I don't know if you remember that part where 80 or 70-year-old woman basically slapped him and said, "You're the devil," and he's like, "I did it. I'm there now. I am hated."
Yep. Yep.
That's great. That's great. Has anyone tried anything at these events? Because it seems like a trend lately. Jump the barricade. Be part of the show. Because you mentioned something like that. Remember the night we were watching?
Oh my God!
What you said something like that happened too.
Yeah. So
what the hell happened?
The night of the WWE Hall of Fame. For anyone who's not in the loop, a fan jumped the barricade, stormed the ring, and tackled both Bret Hart and Natty.
Yeah.
I kid you, and I shit you not. Maybe 10 minutes later, some fan who was drunk at our show, earlier in the night, he put his hand on my chest to try to hold me back while I was trying to get away from the good guy. And that's the big thing. You don't put your hands on talent.
No.
So I gave him the one warning of, if you do it again, I'll break your neck. Not to be an asshole, but that will piss me off.
Yeah.
I'm doing my job out there trying to entertain you. Don't put your hands on me. And I don't put my hands on you.
Right.
Well, about 10 minutes after the whole Bret Hart situation, the same fan who put his hand on my chest earlier in the night tries to slide in the ring during a match, got his head stomped in, and thrown out of the building.
Jeez.
Now, you want to know the kicker?
Yeah.
The next morning, I'm talking to a couple of my buddies who were doing shows elsewhere. They had the same exact thing. They had someone who was not part of the show slide in the ring like they're going to do something.
That's crazy.
It was like it was a full moon. I think if you include the WWE Hall of Fame, myself, and my two buddies, that's 4 occurrences, probably within a half hour.
Yeah. That's nuts, man.
Yeah.
That is nuts, man. It's crazy. Was there a full moon? Was there something in the water that everyone was drinking? I mean, come on, man. That gets me.
I mean, seriously, I don't understand. Was there like some sort of like Facebook group that everyone joined that I didn't know about? Am I not popular enough to know about this group? I want to slide in the ring.
Well, you do anyway, don't you? I mean,
I do, but
yeah, you do. You do. Wink, wink. when the team or the person you're managing is not doing, when they're not getting the upper hand.
When he's in trouble or she's in trouble.
Yeah, you're just reaching in there to talk.
I gotta protect my investment.
Yeah, you gotta check. You gotta protect your investments, man. Yeah, that was crazy.
I will say this past weekend. So I had an adventure this past weekend.
Okay.
So I actually went up to Jersey. I didn't get to see Dave because I told him months in advance I was going to be up there. But I guess he decided to make other plans to go see, I think it's CZW. So apparently CZW is more popular than me, but hey, whatever. I won't judge him. But so I have the little sister of one of my buddies who I used to manage, and she's become kind of like one of my students in managing.
Right.
And so we actually went up to Jersey. So we left Friday night or Friday afternoon for Trifecta Academy up in Bayville, New Jersey. Now, originally it's supposed to be 3 different promotions that are up there.
Uh-huh.
There end up being, I think, people from maybe 11 or 12 promotions up there watching and scouting for talent. Now, like I said, we left on Friday.
Yeah.
We drove the whole night. Me and her were switching off. We had a rental car, so that way nothing would happen to my car.
Right.
We get on the Pennsylvania Turnpike.
Mm-hmm.
We're almost done. We're maybe, I don't know, 10 miles away from the end of the Pennsylvania Turnpike, if that. Dude, we blew a tire.
Oh, shit.
At 5 o'clock in the morning.
Damn.
Now, I've driven through Pennsylvania before.
Right.
To go down to North Carolina for a show a couple years ago. I like Pennsylvania. I think it's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
So I've driven on the Pennsylvania Turnpike before, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Here's my complaint at the Pennsylvania Turnpike. So with Enterprise, they have the same insurance going as every other Enterprise, which is AAA.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, of course, as my tire blows out, you pull over the side of the road. I call Enterprise roadside assistance. I can't talk tonight. Roadside assistance.
Mm-hmm.
They tell me they're going to hold AAA. They're going to send a tow truck out. It'll be about an hour. All right, fine. I got time. We had left early enough to where I knew that we had 2 hours just in case of an emergency.
Right.
So I timed it very well. Not even 5 minutes later, Enterprise calls me back to let me know that AAA cannot come out.
What?
Because they're not allowed or permitted on the Pennsylvania Turnpike. Pennsylvania Turnpike has their own emergency roadside assistance.
Oh, no.
So,
are you shitting me?
Dude, I'm not shitting you. But, so I call roadside systems with the Pennsylvania Turnpike, which for anyone who drives through the Pennsylvania Turnpike who's not used to it, it's star 11. I will never forget that number.
Right.
Now, I get a hold of the guy. I explain the situation to him.
Uh-huh.
And then he goes through his list of questions, which I understand. He has a list of questions he has to ask.
Right.
And he asks the questions I just explained. And everything there is about the vehicle that I just explained. But hey, I'm on the side of the road at 5 o'clock in the morning. I don't mind repeating myself twice.
Yeah.
Now, instead of the hour it was going to take for AAA, which became never happening,
Yeah.
they got a tow truck out to me in about 30, 40 minutes. I didn't mind.
Uh-huh.
It was getting me done faster.
Wow.
But I'm thinking they're not allowing AAA on there because they want to charge people. Because I got charged $60. I understand, it's a service. It's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Usually insurance company takes care of it. But hey, if your insurance company can't come out there, they're going to get their money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, thankfully, and I love Enterprise for this, they will actually reimburse you. It's supposed to be AAA who reimburses you.
Right.
But my guy, because I'm out here in Chicago, so we're not used to that at all. Every insurance company can get a hold of any roadside assistance, tow truck, and send them out pretty much anywhere there is around Chicago, and you have no problem at all.
Right.
So, the end of the weekend, I come back, take the vehicle back to Enterprise, give him the receipt from the charge of the tow truck, explain the situation, takes it off my bill. I love Enterprise as it is, but that has made me a permanent customer of Enterprise. They take amazing care of their customers.
Wow. That's
awesome. It's phenomenal. Now to get back to that weekend.
Uh-huh.
So we were going up to Jersey for Trifecta Academy. They were going to have spots open that night for a couple different shows that are going on.
Yeah.
It was 8 hours. It was pretty much like a super camp. You had a lot of the big local talents that were out there that have been there forever.
Yeah.
Who have been in the business for, 17, 20 years. Who know their shit. Like TJ Marconi.
Uh-huh.
One of the guys I got to meet up there. Great guy. So we get up there. I try out. She just wants to watch and learn, and I have no problem with that.
Yeah.
She's only been managing for maybe a couple months. So I'm not expecting her to go on and try out. I wanted her to at least tempt.
Right.
But, I mean, she still made the drive, so I'm okay with that. Now, I had none of my clients with me. No one made the drive with me. Everybody had their own stuff that was going on. Either they had shows or they had personal things that were going on, which I completely understand and I respect.
Right.
I'm not going to, guilt anyone and be like, oh, well, you want to do this, but you won't come. No, I'm not going to play that game with anybody.
Yeah.
If you can make it, great. If you can't, I understand.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm the only guy out there who's a manager with no clients. There's one other manager that was out there. He already had his clients there.
Uh-huh.
And I can't remember the life of me the name of him. But they were just phenomenal people. But you probably had about maybe like around 50 people total.
Uh-huh.
99% of them were wrestlers. You had the other manager, and then you had 3 referees, and I ended up refereeing as well. So I did double duty for the show, or not for the show, but for the tryout, managing and refereeing.
Nice.
Dude, I was exhausted.
Pulling double duty. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we started at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Uh-huh.
We didn't take break till noon.
Right.
Now, they had ordered pizza for everyone. Like, I think it was maybe like 10 boxes of pizza.
That's awesome.
It is.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, because I had a flat tire, I got a hold of Enterprise out in Bayville, New Jersey. And I explained the situation to them. And they said that they could switch my vehicle because I'm on a donut. I'm not driving a donut back from New Jersey to Chicago.
Oh, hell no.
So,
because donuts are only made to take you to where you need to get your spare your tire fixed. I think spares, I think they only last about a certain amount of miles, and then that's it. Yeah.
So I wasn't taking the chance at all. But Enterprise got me switched out. I went from a 2019 Hyundai Elantra to a 2019 Dodge Grand Caravan. Biggest change in my life. But, so get that done. Rush back over to the Berkeley Recreational Center.
Mm-hmm.
Walk back in. They're setting up for the second half of the day.
Right.
All the pizza's gone.
Oh, man. Seriously?
And I'm like, seriously. And I don't blame anybody. I mean, hell, everybody else was hungry.
Oh, fuck. Man.
I left to go take care of my stuff. So, of course, I was hoping there was going to be pizza left over. No, not one thing.
Yeah.
So, go through the rest of the day. Like, the first half of the day was guys bouncing around the ring, kind of doing little drills here and there.
Uh-huh.
Promos for some of the panel to see.
Right.
And then the second half of the day was matches. So everyone got paired up, or everyone paired up either as a tag team or singles, or there was like maybe 1 or 2 triple threat matches, but everybody paired up. Now you had 25 matches between 4 referees, and I tell you, the other 3 referees, they busted their ass because I was only doing part referee since I jumped in like 2 matches as a manager to try to show that as well.
Wow.
So we get done about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. They go through the whole thing of the whole super camp, who got selected to do a lot of the shows. And a lot of the guys got selected. Yeah. And they're excellent talent. Like, there was one guy I saw out there. His name was Nico Ricos. This dude is phenomenal. He has the look. He has the attitude. He looks a little bit like John Stamos. And I love it. Like, just in his face.
Uh-huh.
But he calls himself the Stamos in professional wrestling. Like, as soon as he said that, I was like, dude, I'm sold on you. I need nothing else.
He's pretty good.
But,
pretty good worker. I mean, really excellent.
He's phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
He was one of one of the best talents I saw out there.
Yeah.
Just great A. I see great things from him. So we get through the whole thing. They call out who's working the shows.
Uh-huh.
Unfortunately, my name didn't get called out.
Right.
And I was okay with that. You know, it was a chance. I was the only person who came from the Midwest. Everybody else was from the New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania area.
Right. Right.
So I was a little bit disappointed because I made that drive and I didn't make it.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I learned a lot. I had fun. I got to meet new people.
Yeah.
And it was a good experience overall.
That's cool.
So we get done with that. Me and Carly pack up. We start heading out because they had a show that night. And I was like, I'm starting to get like a pounding headache.
Yeah.
I'm tired. I'm hungry. And we were kind of in the mindset of, you know, either we could make the drive back to Chicago that night, or we could actually stay and enjoy ourselves a little bit. So we went and we got a hotel called the Windjammer. Like, I think it's on actual like Jersey Shore, on like the little island that's on Jersey.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess you could call it.
Uh-huh.
So we ended up getting a hotel out there, go down to the Sawmill, which is a restaurant. We grab a pizza and a drink. And dude, their pizza is 27 inches in diameter. It is fucking massive.
It's Jersey pizza, man.
And dude, I didn't know. So here's me and Carly here from the Midwest. She's from the South Bend, Indiana area. I'm from Chicago.
Yeah.
We're looking at the pizza. We ordered a pizza with like 3 or 4 toppings on each side because she likes mushrooms and she's horribly wrong in her life.
Uh-huh.
So we talk to the waitress. She comes over, gets us the drinks, comes back over to get her food. We get an appetizer. Comes back over one more time. Asks if we're ready. We're like, yeah, we're just going to get a pizza. You know, Carly gets her half. I get my half. And the girl kind of like stands there and looks just like, you want a whole pizza? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, you sure you want a whole pie? And we're like, yes. Like, we are hungry. Like, I am fat and I am hungry. I want food. Bring me my damn food. Yeah, no, I had no idea how big it was until after she took her order and she walked away, and then 3 different tables had that pizza come out.
Yeah.
And we kind of looked here like, what the fuck did we just do wrong in our lives? I got through just over half a slice and I was done. Like, you know those regular pizza boxes that are meant like, you know, like Pizza Hut boxes, like how big that is?
Yeah.
Like for like the biggest pizza they have?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Their slices can go from one side to the fucking other.
They're big, man. They are. Jersey pizza's excellent. When I ate pizza a few years ago, when I went up to New Jersey, my wife's from New Jersey, and first time she took me up there to, what's that? Sorry.
I said, I'm sorry.
But she took me back up there to showed me where she grew up at. It was 2011, and we ate pizza there at this place that her and my mother-in-law at the time would go when they lived up there. This pizza place called Anthony's. It was just fucking fantastic, man. Pizza was great. They walked in there, and I guess going in there and stuff, the owner Anthony, he was like, "Hey, how's it going? I haven't seen you in a while and stuff." And their pizzas were big. I mean, just almost like what you're talking about right there, explaining. Yeah, their pizzas are big. New York pizza, I had that too. When it comes to pizza, Jersey pizza, I've not tried Chicago pizza. What's Chicago pizza like compared to what you had in New Jersey?
So Jersey pizza, to me, was like a regular pizza. It's just bigger.
Bigger.
Now, if you want a true Chicago pizza, it's a deep dish. I don't know if you ever had deep dish.
Yeah, I've had deep dish.
That is Chicago pizza. But you need to get it from somewhere like Lou Malnati's. That, to me, I think they have one of the best deep dishes. Or even Aurelio's, the original Aurelio's, one of the best deep dishes you can have.
Right.
to me, I will always choose the deep dish.
Yeah.
I mean, either one, I could do one slice and I'm full, but it's just something about that deep dish pizza that's just, I don't know, it's almost fulfilling in life.
Yeah. Deep dish is just, it's great. Deep dish pizzas are great. I just like how the thickness and how deep the pizza goes. I do like regular pizza. Down here in Daytona, they have a lot of pizza places. It's almost like up there in New Jersey, New York. Every other street corner has a pizza place. Down here, they got the same thing. They got a pizza place they rebuilt. They right next to where is one pizza place here in Daytona, Giuseppe's. They built a bigger building right next to their old place, and they leveled their old place and expanded it into a parking lot. And there's a pizza place there. There's other little pizza places here and there that I have not tried, though. But the one that's just like 5 minutes from my house here, Pagano's, that's New Jersey style type pizza, which it is, though, but it don't taste like Jersey style because I think it has to do with the water and stuff when they make the dough and everything. Because I think with Florida, you're below sea level, so the pizza tastes different.
Right.
Yeah, it's different, but pizza up there, I prefer that over any other pizza until I go to Chicago. I go to Chicago, then I'm definitely doing deep dish. I definitely am.
Well, then get your ass up here.
I like to. I like to take a trip up there. I know whenever me and my wife talked about it, and I'd eventually like to take a trip up to Kentucky for Kentucky's own wrestling. So who knows? Time will tell with that. Time will definitely tell with that. Going up there and doing that. But yeah, we're talking about going places for towards the end of this year and next year, and there's so many places we want to go to and so much stuff that we want to do, and it's just like pick and choose because we got to choose what we want to do, and then that's pretty much what we're going to do. I mean, we're going on a cruise next year. My wife went ahead and got that all set up. It's like, yeah, got us on another cruise. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, okay, all right, let's do it. Let's do it. I was wanting to go on the Jericho Rock and Rager, but god dang, there wasn't an arm and a leg for that, man. But they got a good lineup on the cruise. Yeah, they got a good lineup.
I know they do. I haven't even looked at tickets because I know I can't afford it.
Yeah, I cried looking at the tickets. I love the lineup and the wrestlers and the stuff they got going on because you're gonna always find something to do, and that's what I like about that. I wish I can go, but we're just going to go on just a regular cruise. I think I believe we're doing something different with a cruise this time around for next year. But it's not like we did last year with Carnival. I believe it's Royal Caribbean we're going on next year.
Oh, that'd be cool. Mm-hmm. Honestly, I've never gone on a cruise. Like, I wouldn't mind it.
Yeah.
I've just never done it. Now, for like me and like Mrs. Saint, we're finally getting married in July.
Oh,
and so we have our honeymoon set up. Thank you. So we finally have our honeymoon set up. So I'm actually kind of excited because we're going to Costa Rica.
Nice. Yeah,
so that I'm actually really excited about.
That's cool. I've been on the cruise we went to last year. We went to Nassau, I think it is, and my wife's uncle, both her uncles and her aunt went with us, and or actually her other aunt and her friend. All of us went together. And when we got off the boat, when we docked at Nassau, we took off, and my uncle took us out to the tourist place where they walk around. And we left the tourist place and went out there and walked down the street. And I walked down the street, had my sunglasses on, and everyone's shoving stuff in your face. I just kept on walking like I was in New York. Just kept going, man. Just fucking kept walking. And we bought some gifts, and then we headed back to the ship there. But that was nice. Being someplace that you've never been before and seeing how they live and what they do is just nuts, man. It gives you a wider perspective on life in general. because right there, if you open up you could open up a shop there and just like freaking rake in tourist money, man. You could do that.
Oh yeah,
You could do that right there. But I wouldn't want to be down there because especially when hurricane season. Oh God. Nail everything
yeah, those
down.
are the biggest problem.
Yeah, especially here in Florida. 2 years in a row, man. Had to freaking run up north because of damn hurricanes. That's the thing I hate about living in Florida. Fucking hurricanes.
I know, but that's insane. It's insane, like how bad the hurricanes have gotten.
Yeah.
Like I remember, like as a kid back in the '90s, I think I remember like maybe like 1 or 2 hurricanes out of the '90s total.
Yeah.
Now here we are in like 2010. So it seemed like there's 1 or almost 2 a year.
Yeah, that's basically how it felt. It felt like 1 or 2 almost every other month. It seemed like, and like every year. I was down here in '92 when Andrew hit Miami. That was fucking nuts, man. We got a lot of rain off of that, and
yeah,
I was down here in '96 during the summer of '96. I was living in Ohio at the time, and I came down for the summer. I was 16. And I came down and spent the summer here in '96, and we had a hurricane come right by Florida. Me and my friend, we went out to the beach, and until we got ran off by the Coast Guard. They're like, "Get out!" And so the hurricane went right by, as it didn't even hit. As it was that one in '96, I believe, hit the Carolinas and fucked them up, man. But I hate freaking hurricanes that come down here and stuff. But besides that, there's a lot of good things to do around here. I mean, Orlando, you got Disney, you have that. There's events that goes on around here. Just this past weekend, actually, we had Daytona Beach Comic Book Convention, and one of the shows that's on Podcasting Network, Super Radio Brothers, they're basically like the media guys for that. This is like their seventh year doing it. So I went out there on a Saturday, showed some support, took some pictures, said, "Hey, what's up?" I was going to go back there on Sunday, but I didn't. Chris Carnage went out there, and he got to go, and he brought Craig, which they do one of the show's Final Score for Podcasting Network, the sports podcast. So they got to meet him. But that morning, my wife, we went out. We took my daughter out to the park up here. They're throwing an Easter egg hunt for the kids. Oh, great. My daughter can participate, get Easter eggs.
Yeah.
Be there 10 p.m. Not 10 p.m., excuse me, 10 a.m. 10 a.m. sharp. Okay, so we leave. It's not that far from the house. We get up there, and it's almost 10 o'clock. There's no fucking place to park. We had to park all the way in BFE on the other side of the park, walk all the way around the pond. We get walking up to the playground there where they had the Easter egg hunt, where they had everything roped off. While we're walking up there, I'm switching, carrying my daughter and letting her walk. I see kids running around with full Easter baskets. My wife said, "We're late." I said, "No, we're not." I was like, "Really? It's over?" We get up there, and it's already over. 10 o'clock, they're like, "Get the eggs." And all the kids run around. There's eggs all over the freaking park. We're all broken up. Kids running around the freaking playground, all sugared, all like cornholio, like Beavis and Butthead. Freaking candy bars in both hands, like gnawing at the mouths like crack addicts, man. They're like, just running around and shit, tearing up stuff and eggs. They're like ripping open the eggs and grabbing all the candy and just shoving candy in their mouths. They're going over to the bouncing thing, bouncing up and down, chocolate running out of their fucking mouths. It's it, little kids. And then freaking,
shit demons.
Yeah. And the parents are just sitting there looking down on their phone and stuff. And it's like, "Give me that candy bar." Ah. Okay, quit doing that, Junior. It is like, look up and pay attention to what your kid's doing. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but that's what it felt like. And my wife's like,
right.
She's not getting no
That
Easter.
is like my biggest pet peeve ever.
Yeah. Easter?
No.
What?
Not Easter. I have no problem with Easter.
Oh. Which
The
one?
parents are out with their kids.
Yeah.
And they just stare at their phone the whole goddamn fucking time.
I hate that.
Be part of your fucking kid's life.
I hate that, man. I hate that. My wife got a compliment in the store. She took my daughter out to go grocery shopping at the grocery store, and she had my daughter in the basket, and she's talking with her while she's doing the shopping and everything. And this lady came up and says, "I want to let you know you're a great parent. You're fantastic." And my wife was like, "Thank you. I don't feel like it at times." She said, "No, you're just the way you interact with your daughter." So I was like, no interaction with your kids. It's like this morning I was listening on the radio at work. They were talking about stuff that was happening over in with the girl that was obsessed with Columbine and stuff, and they had to shut down the schools. And they had a press conference, one of the guys there in Colorado, or where it was at and everything, Columbine, and the kids couldn't go to school. And they said parents are wondering what to do with their kids. And I'm like, and I spoke up and everyone was laughing at work. I'm like, I know what the parents can do with their kids. Interact with them. They got to interact with their kids face to face time, man. Interact with your kids.
Wait, you mean don't just shove the kid in front of a TV or a tablet? You're speaking crazy.
Yeah. Well, my daughter does. She'll watch. She does watch her programming on TV, but then she plays. She reads books. She loves books. She loves opening up her little Dr. Seuss books and little children's books. And she comes and gives us the book, sets up on her lap, and we read her books. And she points at stuff out and everything. We have that interaction with her, and I love having like Sundays, because when my wife's at work, and it's just me and her here on Sundays, and I'm off. I'm always off on Sundays, because I don't work on Sundays, and that's me and my daughter's day. It's daddy and daughter day, because we do so much around the house. I mean, we tear up the house. Wife come home, like, what the hell did you do today? It's like, we had fun.
Exactly.
We had fun. I'm sitting there throwing ball in the house with her. It's great,
nice.
Man. It's great. We'll sit there. I'll put on wrestling. We'll sit up on the couch there, and she'll watch wrestling. Like last night, she was watching. Yeah, she loves it. She was sitting there watching. We were watching SmackDown last night, and I don't know if you caught SmackDown last night, but it was the match with, I think it was Finn Balor and Ali. When they wrestled.
Okay.
And
unfortunately, I have not. The last study program I've watched was Wrestlemania. And I'll be honest, and I feel kind of bad about this, but at the same time, I don't.
Yeah.
I really don't watch Raw and SmackDown anymore.
Yeah, you miss so much.
I know. I feel like I don't want to say it's the same stories over and over again.
Yeah.
I'm not entertained with it as well as I used to be years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I love the talent, and there's plenty of guys who I want to watch. I just get tired. Right. And I get tired of the 3-hour shows. Like, if Raw was to ever go back to 2 hours, I think I could handle that.
Yeah.
I remember the 2-hour days. I love that. 3 hours just feels forever.
Yeah.
Like, I already do shows for promotions where the shows are 2.5, 3 hours long as it is. And it's every week. And I don't mind that. But I just don't want to do that every day.
Yeah. Yeah. Raw and SmackDown, they did their superstar shakeup. And to give you a short end of it, you had talent from SmackDown go to Raw, and Raw talent go to SmackDown. Raw got the Usos, Naomi. The Miz is back on Raw again. He's flipped back and forth the last 3 years. It's crazy.
He has, but The Miz is one of the top talents they have.
He is. So, put him on the flagship show. Yeah, put him on the flagship show. Eric Young.
Yeah.
Sanity's no more. They drafted him, the Raw. Cedric Alexander is leaving 205 Live. He's going to Raw now. Then, who else? The Miz, the Usos, Naomi, Cedric Alexander. Apparently Samoa Joe is on Raw, but they didn't mention nothing because he was sick. But U.S. title's on Raw now. which they'll probably address this week. And then, yeah, Eric Young for Sanity. And AJ Styles is on Raw now. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then SmackDown got last night. They got the Intercontinental Championship, which was around Finn Balor. Finn Balor, he's on SmackDown. Who else is on SmackDown? Damn, I'm trying to remember. Elias is on SmackDown, and Roman Reigns is on SmackDown. And the way they did that, it pissed everybody off because Vince McMahon swerved everybody on that right there, which is crazy. Who else is on SmackDown? I think that's about all I could remember right there. That's all on SmackDown. Oh, yeah, they called up Kairi Sane. They teamed her with Asuka now.
I saw a picture about that.
Yeah. So, they did pretty good last night. I mean, from what I watched, they did pretty good.
Yeah.
But this superstar shakeup was just crap. Oh yeah, the War Raiders. They brought them up to Raw. They're the
Are they like now with the Viking Experience or something like that?
Viking Experience. Social media went fucking crazy over that, and
I know, and I've seen it, and I was flabbergasted.
Yeah. One thing I do like is, since, with the Viking gimmick, they did change their names. They gave them Viking names like Eric and Ivan. Okay? Yeah. That I get that. That's cool. That's cool because, like, what, Eric the Red and Ivan the Terrible or something like that? Yeah, I get that. I get that. But the Viking Experience... Come on, man.
Here's my thing. Why change them at all? Because the War Raiders was over as fuck.
Yeah, they were. It
was a gimmick that worked.
Mm-hmm.
So why not keep it? But hey, it's whatever. They're gonna do what they're gonna do. And as much as I like to sit here every once in a while being an armchair booker, they're the ones who've been making millions of dollars, not me. So apparently they know something better than I do.
Yeah. Vince, that's, if you look at it, that's Vince McMahon all over it. And I believe Mick Foley, JR, and even Road Dogg was tweeting out on Twitter. And they basically, JR said, it'll be a name that'll grow on you. And Mick Foley said if they had social media back in 1996, I'm sure people would be losing their shit over Mankind. And someone said The Undertaker when they first said The Undertaker. Oh, I thought that was a stupid name, but it grew. Yeah, it definitely did. It definitely did. But I could see them shortening the name because how, like, Mustafa Ali now is Ali, and then Alexander Rusev is Rusev, and Apollo Crews is Apollo. It's going to happen. Elias Sampson, Elias. They're going to call them the Vikings. They're going to drop the Experience. They are. Yeah,
it's going to happen eventually.
Mm-hmm. It will. It eventually will. But what'd you think of WrestleMania this year? What'd you think of that?
So me, WrestleMania is the Super Bowl of professional wrestling.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to Super Bowl, I enjoy the game, but I watch for the commercials.
Right.
And I gotta say, for the past couple of years, I've watched WrestleMania, but I watched it more for the entrances.
Yeah.
This year, there really wasn't a lot of big entrances.
No.
But I feel like the wrestling itself stepped up big time.
Yeah.
So I was a lot happier with the product. And that's just me personally. Like, I love the big entrances. I love the theatrics because, as I've told you before, I did 20 years of theater. So I'm all about the spectacle. I love the entertainment aspect of professional wrestling.
Right.
And I love, especially for WrestleMania, the big everything. Let's go bigger. Let's go bolder. But the wrestling itself, to me, I thought was just phenomenal. I thought they told great stories in every single match. I never got bored during one match.
Right.
Which I absolutely loved.
I enjoyed that screen, man. That big ass screen they had. I heard they broke a record for having the biggest teleprompt at a sporting event. I heard they broke that record, which I think is phenomenal. And a lot of the matches I enjoyed, and some I just didn't. That first part of Mania, I enjoyed, but to me, it felt like the second half kind of dipped off there because they ran it. It went past midnight. It went off at 12:30, and you could tell
it was a 5-hour show.
Yeah, it was. You could tell some of the crowd, or a lot of the crowd, was kind of losing it right there towards the end.
Yeah.
But my favorite match of the night, which I loved, was the Kofi and Bryan match. I thought that was just god dang, man. That was definitely match of the night. Yeah, that's match of the night. That was my match of the night. My favorite entrance, of course, Triple H coming out Mad Max entrance. Hell yeah, man. That was fucking great. That was. And I will say, I did like how Joan Jett played for Ronda Rousey.
I did enjoy that.
Yeah.
But the other thing I really enjoyed was the triple threat match in the main event. To me, I enjoyed that match. I thought it was done so well. But you know what? Those women have become such hard workers, and I'm so proud of them for finally getting that spotlight of a WrestleMania main event.
Yeah.
Like, Charlotte she's gotten the opportunity to main event Raw.
Right.
Which no women have done since, Trish and Lita when they did it?
Yeah.
And then it was Charlotte and Sasha who did it. Phenomenal job they did. And it's, again, Charlotte and Sasha who end up, main eventing Hell in the Cell, I believe it was?
Yeah, Hell in a Cell.
Now, for Charlotte to get the main event WrestleMania as well, come on.
Yeah.
Right now, she is the top of her game.
She is. Love her and hate her.
Becky? Exactly. But Becky, I can't get enough of Becky's gimmick right now with the man.
Yeah, I love that.
It's just, I don't know. I can't get enough. Like, there are some people, of course, like in social media, and everyone sits there and goes crazy, and how people compare Becky right now to Stone Cold every once in a while.
Yeah.
But it's a thing of the fans can relate to it.
Yeah.
There's that connection.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where Becky is striving right now. She's made that connection with the fans. And she got to do something new. It's not the steampunk Becky Lynch rocker. Right. Now it's the man. That's what is working for her so well. Hell, dude, once a day I see another tweet of her on Facebook. And I just can't help but laugh because her roasting someone else. And it's hilarious.
It is. They basically just let her be herself. That's what they did. She reinvented herself because if you look at what she was doing this year compared to what she was doing last year in WrestleMania, dude, it's big difference. And she became Becky Two Belts, as she calls it. I love that. Yeah. Becky Two Belts. And the man gimmick's just great and is a part of who she is. And she is like the modern day Stone Cold. That's like this era Stone Cold. If that would be the best way you describe it, I would. Yeah. I'd call her, she's the female version of Stone Cold. Tough as nails and just great.
Just has that attitude. Just it doesn't give one fuck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She don't care. She definitely don't care. Now, you heard about Sasha Banks. Sasha wants out of WWE. A lot of talent wants out of WWE. A lot of talent wants to go to other places, such as AEW. A lot of talent that's unhappy and with the way they're being used on the roster, and they just want to go someplace else where they're happier. Dean Ambrose is leaving at the end of the month. He's gone. He's going bye-bye. This past Raw, he actually had a dark match, which came out and was mentioned. Sasha wants out. I think the Revival, Luke Harper asked for his release. They're just done, man. They're done, and even Bully Ray got on Twitter and was like, what they did with EC3 on Monday, have Braun come out and just like destroy him.
Yeah,
it's just crazy. It is.
It's unfortunate, but I mean, unfortunately, it's the way of the business every once in a while.
Yeah, it is. It is. I'm just hoping that things pick up because Fox acquired SmackDown. So SmackDown's moving to Fox in October this year. And that's a big thing. And that makes sense why. They've talked about Roman Reigns. Fox wanted Roman Reigns on SmackDown. Well, they got it, man. They definitely got it last night after that. You should take a look at that. Pull it up on YouTube there. You're going to be like, really? But, I mean, Vince even took a Superman punch from Roman Reigns last night.
Nice.
Yeah. He introduced Elias as the biggest draw and who's going to change and be the biggest draw on SmackDown. And Elias is about to play a song because he's been getting interrupted so much. And Reigns came out and basically Reigns Superman punched his ass. And Vince got up in his face. He's like, and then he jumped up, cocked his fist, boom, knocked his ass out, left, turned around, and freaking went back in and speared the hell out of Elias. And he basically said, SmackDown's my yard now.
Yeah.
Yeah. But,
dude, I'll be honest. I wish they had Elias wrestle more.
Yeah.
Like, I think Elias is one of the best talents in the ring. And then, again, that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
But I've seen his stuff, and I absolutely love his work.
Right.
I enjoy the gimmick of with the guitar.
Mm-hmm.
He reminds me a lot of Damien Sandow.
Yeah.
Of where it's the comedy spot, but he runs with it, and he sells it, and he makes it work.
Yeah.
And I'm in full support of that. I just wish they had him wrestle more.
Yeah, I do too. He had one hell of a match last year at Money in the Bank, I believe it was, with Seth Rollins for the Intercontinental Championship. That was one hell of a match. I mean, he's Elias. What I like about him, he gets heat on himself with the crowd. Like he mentioned last night, they were in Montreal. He said, "I'm going to play a song here," and he said, "I wouldn't play this song anyplace else except I wouldn't play this song here in Montreal." The crowd just booed him, man. It just booed the hell out of him. And he's great, man. I enjoy what he does. Just getting heat on himself and then just firing it, giving in, and then giving it back to the crowd, which I think was great.
Yeah.
I love that. Talking about on fire, you catch Game of Thrones this past Sunday, man?
Oh, my God. So I didn't catch it Sunday, but I did watch it on Monday.
Okay.
And it blew me away.
Right.
I was so happy with it. And it leads up so much more for what's going to happen this season.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Are we telling spoilers in case people didn't see, or
yeah,
just saying fuck them?
I mean, if you didn't see it yet, I mean, you should have already seen it by now because we're in the middle of the week. But yeah, spoilers. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it.
So I love the fact that John finally knows about his real parents.
Yeah, where he came from.
Yeah, and I love that Bran had Sam be the one to tell him, because of course it made sense. Like Sam is the one that Jon Snow trusts the most.
Yeah.
So of course he's got to believe it. He's not going to want to accept it, but he's got to believe it from him.
Yeah.
But the ending, like, I've gone back and I've started rewatching Game of Thrones. I'm back on season 2, episode 3, I think.
Right.
And so I remember a good portion of what has happened. So when the new episode came on, it kind of just gave like the recap of what all happened. I was like, okay, like I feel pretty much caught up. I remember almost everything.
Right.
We get through the whole episode, and I will shit you not, dude. I forgot all about Jaime until the end when he showed up. Everything that was going on, I had forgotten everything about Jaime. Like I remember everything that happened to him.
Yeah.
I just forgot about the character because you didn't see him at all until the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, you pretty
But
much
I
forgot
love the
about
fact that he gets. But I love the fact that he gets off the horse, and the first person he sees when he turns around is Bran.
it. Yes. Bran, did you hear about what was going on the internet and stuff? Bran was he'd just roll up right there, just out of nowhere, and just have that look on him. They said he's rolling up on people like a little creep, man. He just boom pop up out of nowhere. There's so much jokes on that. And what about Cersei? Given what's his name, the guy who hung out with Peter Dinklage, Tyrion Lannister, the one guy that trained Jaime. Cersei wants her brother dead. I guess Tyrion wants him dead, for what he did to the father. And it seems like when she heard about the wall breaking, she's like, good. It's like is she going mad or what? Or she's just she needs to worry about herself. She needs to worry about her kingdom.
Well,
and she
not. Does, but no, she isn't.
Yeah.
My thing was, I remember in the last season when they showed the walker
Mm-hmm.
to Cersei.
Yeah.
And you see the look of pure fear on her face. It's the first time you ever saw real fear on her face.
Yeah.
Throughout the whole show. So you had that one moment like, oh shit, like at the end of the last season, you're like, oh shit. Now you got Daenerys, you have Jon Snow, and you have Cersei all together, who's going to work together against the fucking Night Walkers.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It is.
Now you get in this fucking first episode, and it's like Cersei's like gone back to like, no, fuck them, they can kill each other. Like, bitch, are you fucking stupid?
She is, man. She's fucking stupid. She is. She is. She ain't going to make it. I predict she's not going to make it. I predict that she's not going to make it. And they've already mentioned that Winterfell is going to fall. It will be the first to fall because that fucking army. I watched a recap of the last episode last season right before this one, and it was giving me goosebumps still watching the wall fall and everything. I did like the wilding when they're going through the hallway and he's like attacking. He's like kill him. He has blue eyes. I've always had
blue eyes. I'm like, that's the greatest thing. But then like when they had the fucking kid, the youngest ward, just up on the wall, I'm like, oh shit. But then like they have him in the background, I'm like watching like, oh shit, he's gonna fucking come to life.
Yeah,
he's gonna come to life. He's gonna come to life. Oh my god! And then he did.
Yeah, he did. That was crazy shit right there, man. That was him coming up and that symbol right there. I'm laughing about all the memes and stuff I seen. They threw one up. It's like cocktail sauce thing with the shrimp. They also said that symbol. It's not the first time that symbol's been on there because you see it in season 3. You'll see it there, and I believe you see the symbol with I believe it's season 2 or in season 1. You see that same symbol the White Walkers put up there, and the line Cersei says to what's his name, the one guy with the ship, I forget his name, with the eye patch, I believe, or not. The eye patch. The
Gravejoy.
Yeah, the Gravejoy.
Whatever the hell his name was.
Yeah, he tells. Yeah, she tells him, it's like if you want an elephant, you got to buy one, but if you want a queen, you got to earn it. And the joke is, no.
It was what? If you want a whore, go buy one.
Yeah, go buy one. Yeah, you want a whore, go buy one. You want a queen, you have to earn one. And yeah. Now, how many women and ladies are going to put that on their description on their social media now? It's going to be trending.
Oh my god,
yeah. Every woman's going to be just about putting that on there for a while. It's going to be trending on their social tag there on Twitter. That's you're going to have
hashtag earn queen.
Yeah. But I like how Jon got on the dragon. He got the fly dragon. The dragon's like Jon, which is cool. I believe that. And if you really think about it, because I was thinking about that moment right there with Jon and Daenerys, is one is of fire and one is ice. A song of fire and ice, because that's just they go together. They go together. I mean, it's it's crazy that he's fucking his aunt, but I mean, at least it's not his uncle.
Isn't that his sister?
Or sister or something like that. I believe so.
Yeah, because isn't she also the daughter of the Mad King?
Yeah, she was the daughter of the Mad King. Yeah, yeah, that's right.
And Jon Snow is the son of the Mad King.
Yeah, brother and sister. So they didn't really step too much away from that, I believe.
Yeah. It's like Cersei and Jaime all over again, except they didn't know.
Yeah. At least he ain't fucking his brother or something, or uncle, but then he'd be like his brunkle.
Yeah. That'd be really awkward.
Yeah.
Now, I will say, like, after watching that episode, I love the interaction between Sansa and Tyrion.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a huge Peter Dinklage fan. And I didn't know him before Game of Thrones. And he's grown on me. I've become such a big fan of him. But I love the whole interaction between the two of them, considering they were supposed to be married. And I think they are still legally, by the court of law, still married, I think.
Yeah.
But it kind of like blows you away when, of course, like Tyrion is talking about, Cersei and the Lannister army and all that type of shit. And then there's this Sansa just giving him this cold stare, like, I once thought you were the cleverest man alive. And then just walks away. You're like, that's the biggest insult you can give him, I think.
Yeah.
But like you see in his face, like, am I making a horrible mistake?
Yeah. Now, I was glad that Arya and Jon, they had a reunion, because it's been forever.
Yeah.
It's since the first episode, season 1, since they had any interaction. I was glad that she got to see her brother again.
Yeah.
And what I liked about this,
left on the wall.
Yeah, when he left her wall, when he became a watcher on the wall. Yeah, he that was the last time she's seen him. What I loved about this episode is just basically laid the foundation, and basically it put not too much happened, and I'm glad not a lot happened in this episode, and I figured it was going to be action-packed from the get-go, but I'm glad it went in the pace that it did, because it lined everybody up on where they're going to be at and what's happening, to kind of let you know. It's like, you got these players here, and this is what's happening here, and this is how it's going to happen. Everyone's getting ready for the White Walkers. In next episode, next week, we will see what will happen. I think that episode is going to lead all the way up to right before, at the end, they're going to cut it off when the White Walkers are about to attack. I believe episode 3 is going to be all-out fucking war.
Oh, I'm sure it will.
Yeah.
And like for me, I want to see Arya in this type of situation. Like, I think Arya has become one of the strongest characters on the show.
Yeah.
Considering from when she was just a little girl and she saw Ned get his head cut off.
Yeah.
And literally just a little girl. To where you've seen her travel across lands with the Hound, hold her own in fight, become the man of 1,000 faces.
Yep. Yeah.
Just to go back to being Arya Stark. But like her to sneak up on Jon, I love it. But I want to see, I just want to see how the rest of the season goes with Arya's character with the 1,000 faces.
Yeah, I definitely like to see what else is going to happen with her and where she does go. That's going to be interesting to see how she survives this hell and this what's to come with the White Walkers and winter coming. And I'm interested in seeing that there. I liked it. What about the interaction with the Hound? When did she see the Hound? The Hound's like, you left me for dead. And then I forgot what she said. And he's like, you're a cold bitch.
I robbed you first.
Yeah, I robbed you first. And he's like, you cold bitch.
And then he just laughed and just walked away.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's neat seeing seeing frenemies, we'll say. That I want to throw that term out there. Frenemies lining together. And I like what Jamie is basically fighting for the living. And that's it. That's what he's doing, fighting for the living.
Yeah.
And just, like you said, the look on his face when he's seen Bran. It's like, oops. He's like, I pushed you. Yeah, I pushed you off the tower there because you caught me fucking my sister.
Yeah. So, like, it's funny, like, going back and, like, watching, like, season 1.
Yeah.
I just see, like, so many things. I'm like, really, like, which point during season 1, like, really set everything in motion? Like, was it really Jamie pushing Bran off? Or was it Ned or Ned becoming the hand? Like, what point in this whole show was the turning point where, like, everything just went downhill? Because there's plenty of points. Like, there's plenty of points altogether.
Right.
But you just look at it, you're like, was this point? Was it when Sansa lied about Joffrey fucking attacking the kid?
Yeah.
And Arya's wolf? Like, was that the point where everything just started?
Mm-hmm.
Because, of course, like, that's the first point where, like, you really see Joffrey realizing he can kind of just do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
To a certain point.
Right.
And Sansa's going to stand by him at that point.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, she even lied to King Robert about it.
Yeah.
So was that really the point where everything is slowly starting going downhill, or was it when Ned got his head cut off?
I believe it when Ned got his head cut off, but everything that you mentioned was a domino effect that led to that right there. It started with, I'd say it started with Bran, and then with Joffrey and that situation there, lying to the king, and then having Ned's head chopped off. As soon as his head got chopped off, that's when basically it's like, yeah, this is where it's going now, and this is what's happening.
Like war just started right after that.
Yep, the war started right after that, right there. It's just a chain effect that led to it, and that's what happened.
Yeah,
it's definitely what happened. But yeah, just it's going to be on for a while. Game of Thrones is going to be on for a while. We're going to be watching it, man, and I'm sure in a few months when it's over and stuff, we're going to be having a conversation, you and me. We're going to say, like, God dang, man, can you believe how they ended it like this? Wow, I didn't expect that, or I did expect that, and I'm happy with it. That's what we're going to get. We're going to be talking about that
exactly
in a few months, man, you and me.
Like, I'll be honest, I don't want it to end at all.
Yeah, I don't either.
I know it's going to. I accept it's going to. I just don't want it to.
Yeah, I don't. I don't want it to end, but it's going to end. And then next couple of years, we got the spinoff. We got the prequel to Game of Thrones, which is Naomi Watts has already signed on. She's the only one right now. It's supposed to take place 1,000 years before everything that's happened in Game of Thrones, which I think is going to be neat to see.
Oh, I didn't hear about this.
No, you didn't. Yeah, they talked about it. They're doing a spinoff, which is going to take place before everything that you've seen of Game of Thrones that's happened. Eventually, also, they're going to go back, I think, far to about the time when the first White Walker was made, which we briefly seen last season. So they're going to head in that direction right there. They're going to fill in a lot of stuff to lead up to eventually the beginning of, I believe, like Game of Thrones, the first season. I'm just speculating, but it's going to be neat. It's going to be neat. So you're going to see new cast, new stories, new adventures, and new everything. And probably new brothers and sisters screwing each other and all that good stuff. Yeah, you'll see more dragons, and you'll see how the throne got made. I'm sure.
Yeah,
you'll see all that. So yeah, we'll probably see a lot more dragons. But I'm excited about it. I am. What upcoming events do you got coming up here for they could be attending or going to be a part of?
So I know for April 27th, there's a new promotion starting up in the Michiana area called Honor Pro Wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm actually going to be part of the debut show with that, with the Thieves of Greatness. So very excited about that. In May, again, I got Hoosier Pro Wrestling first Saturday of the month. There's another promotion that's actually out here by me, by Joliet, Illinois, that actually started up. They just finished their second show. So on May 11th at the St. Joe's Park in Crest Hill, Illinois, I will be in attendance. I believe I'm refereeing that night, which I'm perfectly okay with. I love refereeing. But that'll be the third show if I'm correct.
Okay. Because I got right here, I'm going to throw up on the screen here. I got the April 27th. I got right here the PWK presents Honored Pro Wrestling Ascension in Milton Township Hall. Yeah, I got the poster right there. That looks pretty neat. I like that.
Yeah, I'm actually really excited about that. And then May 25th, I'm actually be back out in North Carolina.
Nice.
So Victor Andrews, who has been on XC before, he's actually hosting a benefit show called Leapfrog Over Lupus. So it's a benefit show for the kids who have lupus.
Nice.
So I will be in attendance for that.
Awesome. That's good. I like shows and events that are something that's, I like it. I enjoy it. It's for a cause, a really good cause.
Yeah.
I do. That's awesome that you're going to be part of that right there. So you're going to be traveling quite a bit here in the next month.
Yeah, I am, and I'm actually really excited about it.
Yeah, that is great. That is. Any plans next year? Come down to Wrestlemania in Tampa.
It's tempting. I honestly, I would love to. I just don't know if I'm going to make it work financially.
Yeah. Just
because me and Mrs. Saint, we have two weddings to go to next year. I think one is in January, and then one is, I think, maybe June. So at one of those, I will be coming down to Florida. I don't know where yet, but I know one of them I'm going to be coming down to Florida.
Yeah. You're going to have to hit me up and let me know, because if it's close by where I'm at, I'll definitely hit you up.
Yeah, definitely.
That would be awesome. That would. That definitely would. Now, where can people find more of the Damien Saint ad on social media?
Honestly, it's not hard to find me at all. I mean, you can find me on Snapchat with the screen name of the Damien Saint, or you can find me on Twitter with the Twitter handle of the Damien Saint. Every once in a while, you can find me on Instagram. Again, the Damien Saint. Or, if you really want to and you want to be a stalker, I got two things on Facebook. I got a regular profile and I got a business page. Both are called Damien Saint.
Nice. I do want to thank you for coming on tonight, man. It's great just talking with you, talking about your road trip up to New Jersey, talking about wrestling, talking about Game of Thrones. It's great, man. I love it. I love having you come on and love talking about where and discussing where you're going to be at next. And it's awesome having you on as always. As always, man.
Oh, I always appreciate you bringing me on, buddy.
Yeah. Love talking with you, man. Love talking with you. I don't talk to you enough. There's a lot of people I don't talk with a lot that I should, because we get wrapped up and stuff, though. But sending a message every once in a while, like, hey, man, So when someone was getting attacked at the Hall of Fame, I thought of you because you mentioned it before. We had a discussion, so I thought of you, and so I sent you the thing. You're like, "Oh shit!" And that's pretty cool. That is, but
again, I just can't believe that happened like 4 different places within like a half hour. Like that just blows my mind. Still,
I know. That's just freaking crazy. It is, but anyhow, I mean, it's something to talk about. Something to talk about.
Exactly.
And the guy who jumped Bret Hart, he'll know not to do that again. After you see his mugshot.
I did.
Yeah,
and it couldn't happen to a nicer person.
I know. But hell yeah. But I want to thank everyone tuning in tonight and listening to this podcast here of the Everett Lee Show. And we are out of time, and we're going to jump off of here. So I'm going to cue that outro music. There it is. Everett Lee signing off. Thank you, Damien Saint, for coming on. And I want to thank everyone for tuning in tonight and listening to this podcast. Tune in next week for a new, exciting episode of the Everett Lee Show. Peace.
With hookers and cocaine.
That's right.